Is my voice clear to you, or there is some disturbance?
Good.
Okay. So let's save it. Just give me a minute. I think my network is slow. Okay, and now if you want to use this, you would be able to use it in the material master. Okay, before I go to the material master, I'll also create a purchasing group so that we can see both together. Coming out of logistics general and purchasing group, you will be able to see under materials management purchasing. So materials management, purchasing. Okay, and within purchasing, you will be able to see create purchasing groups. Okay, so let's say my purchasing group is one user. Let's say Vikram is a purchasing group who is responsible for some kind of purchasing. So I'll say VIK, which is 3 digits code, your name. Okay, if you want to enter the details like telephone number, fax number, you can provide additional information if you want, which is optional. So that at any point of time, if someone wants to contact you to know the status of a particular order, they can directly contact you in this provided details. Just give me a minute. Let me try to connect from other network. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear.
Yeah, I can hear.
Yeah, are you able to see screen also, or?
I'm able to see.
Okay. Okay, so we created a purchasing group and we created the material group. Let's try to use these two groups that we created in our material. So I'll go to the change mode of the material master and I want to change both this information. Okay, so let's click on OK, and here I will provide my RC01 and S001. Okay, so one is the material group. So if I do F4, it should show me the one that I just now created. Okay, you can see from 65 it has become 66, which means my material group should be available here. Okay, and you can see this. So I can assign my material group to the material master. Also, if I go to purchasing tab, there is a purchasing group. Earlier we assigned 001. Now if I want to assign my user ID here, so again I can go to, you can click on this line if you want to select your particular values. So VIK, this is the purchasing group. Okay, and try to save it. Okay, any questions?
No. In which scenario you will use this purchasing group also? It's just a classification of hierarchy, isn't it? Basically, against which sellers are you selling? Is it mandatory to do it or not?
It is mandatory. It is mandatory. In each and every
Both.
purchase order, you have to mention the purchasing group. Yeah.
Okay.
Not
So,
both.
but
Material group is, material group is up to you, but purchasing group is mandatory.
Okay, so one is mandatory. So not material group, but purchasing group is mandatory. Okay.
Right. Material
Yeah.
group is up to you. You can control the
So
fields. You can tell the system that while creation of material, whether the material group is a required field or optional field.
Okay.
Yeah.
in the business, it helps to understand who has created that purchase order, whom to communicate in case of any issues against the vendor or something. Those purchasing
Exactly.
order, as purchasing group, you can go. Yeah, that's all.
Exactly. So when a purchase order is created, if you want to know like who is this team who is responsible for this, maybe for the uh, vendor also, when you create a purchase order, vendor should also know that whom to contact in case of any problems, any communication. That is the reason purchasing group is mandatory. Okay. Now coming to the other part, which is in material master, which fields are mandatory, which fields are optional. Okay, so if I go to MM01 once again, or maybe MM03 to display this particular material, why this is not getting stored? Let me try once again. So RC01 and S001. Default settings. Okay. Default settings. Okay. Okay, so here there were some fields which are mandatory. For example, system was asking us the base unit of measurement. It was asking us the material group. So how exactly these things are controlled? Where can we go and tell the system that no, I don't want to keep material group as a mandatory field. I want to keep it as optional. Okay, so in that case, or maybe if you want to keep another field mandatory, for example, I want valid from field to be mandatory or authorization group should be the mandatory field. If you want to control that, again, if you go to the material type configuration, okay, which is in logistics general itself, material master, and if you go to basic settings, material types, and this one, it is already open, so I'm just clicking on yes. Yeah, this is also important for you to know. I think most of you got at least some exposure to SAP. Anyone who is completely new to SAP in this forum? In FI, I got some users who are completely new, but I think here everybody has at least some idea of SAP, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
Vikram.
Anyways, why I'm asking this question, if you are getting this kind of messages, because you will be working on this system where you will be working with other users. Okay, so if I provide you the access today, it may happen that all of you are working together and one screen is already locked. Someone is already working on something and you are not able to enter into that screen. So you will be able to see his name here. Okay, may not be name because your IDs are not going to be created with names. Your IDs will be created as just the user or something, right? So you will not be able to know who is this person. Okay, so in that case, what you need to do is, do you want to display the log data, which means you will not be able to change because another user is already changing it. So the best practice is wait for 2 to 5 minutes, see if he's going out of the screen or not. Try after 2 5 minutes that whether this screen is now open for you or not. But still, if you find out that even after 5 minutes he is still blocking the screen, so it may be possible that someone was working on it and then he closed it and now he's no more using SAP system at all. So what you can do is just copy this username. Okay, just copy this username and go to transaction SM12.
Vikram.
Okay, SM12 is a
Vikram, just on that one,
yeah.
Vikram. If somebody is doing it and if somebody is configuring, they will be thrown out. I don't know whether it's advisable, but is the server not from your end? Because there is I have some basis background. We can set it up for multi-user go in, or like because SF12 will basically throw me out. right?
No, definitely. That is the reason I told you. You should wait for 2 to 5 minutes. If see, definitely at one screen, if you are more than 5 minutes, then definitely there is something wrong,
Okay.
right? So it is that is even in the companies also we do the same thing. If we know the name, maybe we can contact him and we can tell him, boss, you are locking this particular particular transaction from more than 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Can you just come out? But otherwise, if you don't know the user, if you don't know who exactly this person is, then you don't have any choice because you cannot wait for hours for him to come out. So there is no other option. You have to come here and you have to just remove him whatever activities he's locking. Okay, so you can just come here, you can select all, delete it. Why all? Because you don't know. These are all technical names. You don't know which of this line is relevant to you. So just come here, select all, delete, and then you try to access this particular transaction. Okay, so this user, whatever he was blocking, it is unblocked now, and you would be able to continue your process. Okay, if you just want to see it, okay, many times you don't want to change anything. See, even now also what we are doing, we actually wanted to see, but why I've given you this example is because many times I don't want you to suffer because someone has locked the screen and even after hours he's not releasing it. So the best way is just to go and delete it. Ultimately, if he's doing something, he will again come back and he will do it. That is not a problem. Okay, so in the material types,
He'll
you
throw us
can see
out.
there is one field.
Once he is being thrown out, then he will throw us out while doing the transaction.
No, it throws out. Normally, it kills the transaction, but I think because the user was same, it is same. Otherwise, he will get the message also.
Yeah.
Here the user ID is same, na? That is the reason it will not stop.
Yeah, but like what I'm saying, if he knows how to do this, okay, it's not that we only know this how to do SM12 transaction, and once we did the SM12 transaction, he knows someone has thrown him out. He will try to do it again within seconds.
Definitely, definitely, yes.
This
So
happens.
this happens, yes, yes, yes. This happens. So only wise thing to do is wait for 2 5 minutes. Otherwise, it will continue. You are throwing him out, he is throwing you out.
Yeah, that's it.
Right. Okay. So uh, field reference FERT. So this is where we need to work. Okay. So we assign the material type to the field reference. And if I show you this configuration of field reference, just remember we are using the same field reference, that is FERT. Okay. So field selection. Maybe can we stop here today? I'm getting some urgent call from office. So let's
Okay.
continue from here. Maybe in the next session, we will understand the field reference and all in detail in the next session. And also, if possible, we will try to set up the business partner master data for customers, also vendors, so that master data section we are done, and then we will start with the transactions.
I have one question, Vikram. This field
Yes, go ahead.
reference, the field reference is
Mhm.
similar to the field grouping we do.
Exactly. In FI, we do the field grouping. So
Yeah,
field reference is everywhere actually. It is not
yeah, it's
only
good.
in FI or MM or SD.
Yep.
There are field controls. Somewhere it is called as screen control, somewhere it is called as field grouping. So there are different names, but ultimately it is to control which field is mandatory, which field is optional.
Thanks, Vikram. Yeah, thank you. See, you have a great week. And
So,
I'm able to
so
play
I
the.
have a question.
Yeah, yeah. Just 1 minute. Tushar,
Yeah,
let Raj complete.
yeah, sure, sure.
I'm able to play the thing in a different browser. So thanks. I don't need support. If I require, I'll ask. Thank you.
No problem, no problem. Okay. Yeah, Tushar, please.
So we haven't choose any sales step. So is this material related to sales or this related to purchase thing? I
No.
think.
See, we have created what? We have created the raw material, right?
Okay.
And raw material do we sell?
No, no, no. But the first in which finished good actually. We just I'm asking
Yeah,
about that.
but then we changed it, na? Then we changed it to ROH. So you are
Okay,
right.
okay, fine.
Next time we will create one finished product also, so that I can explain you the fields related to sales also.
Okay, okay, sir.
Like availability control and all those things we will discuss in detail.
Okay. Okay.
Okay then. Thank you all. See you in the next session. Bye.
Thank you.
We
Thank
can
you.
be getting our access today.
Yes, yes. I will arrange access today. Definitely. I'll send you the mails.
Yeah.
Yeah, hello Vikram. Can you add me to the WhatsApp group of this class?
Yes, yes, yes. Abhilash, right?
Yes, Vikram.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah, okay, Vikram.
I think others are already in the group, right? Anyone who is missing in the group? Okay. Thank you all. Bye.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.